Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who all we have here today. Getting ready for this stream. Let's see. Monty, what's going on? Betty Daly, Mrs. Preppin Plumber, Random, Caribbean House, welcome. Naughty Heathen. I think I got everybody. If I missed somebody, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure I got everybody. The purpose for this stream, obviously, is an update for the rendezvous. I'm going to rehash pretty much stuff that we've been talking about before. There is a major update that I want to talk about in regards to the t-shirts and hoodies. I hit a snag. I'm working through it. But what happened? This is one of the negatives of living in a small town. Um, there are only 3 screen printing companies that are remotely close to me in 2 of the bigger cities, or the 2 towns closest to me, that actually do screen printing. And there are a handful of printing shops, shops like the name of, One Stop, or We Print Everything, or We Do It All. And what I had done, because to do screen printing, you have to burn a screen and you have to print your image on a transparency, and it's got to be completely see-through, blacked out. And that's the part that you print the ink through when you burn it on the screen. And I had contacted a local print shop here and talked to the person that owned it about burning my screens for me, because I didn't want to have to spend $300 or $400 on this high-end printer that you need to do screen printing, because you have to be able to print on transparencies up to 19 inches wide, or 19 inches long, and 17 inches wide, 19 by 13, 17 by 11, and then your regular 8.5 by 11s. But so standard copy machines don't do that. So you have to have a wide format copy machine. But to do transparencies for screen printing, it has to be an inkjet printer, not a laser jet printer, because a laser jet printer doesn't lay out the ink the right to where it's not, you can't see through it. So I talked to this lady on the phone several times, stopped by and talked to her once in person, and brought her my artwork and told her what I wanted. And then I had to had to order some transparencies because she didn't have any. Because Walmart, CVS, and all the places that do your pictures, they will not print on your paper. It has to be their paper. And I'm like, well, I need printed on transparencies, so I'll buy your transparencies. Well, they don't sell transparencies. So dead end at anywhere that prints out photos and pictures like that. So I contacted her, and she said, she can do it, no problem. I explained the process to her. It had to be an inkjet printer, the whole 9 yards. She said, yeah, she can print, that big stuff or whatever. So I go there yesterday with the paper when it came in, and I had to order it real quick off of Amazon. I go there for her to print it out, and she prints it out and she hands it to me. And this is what I got. The problem is you can see through it. Her printer's a laser jet, not an inkjet. So if I attempted to burn a screen with that, the light would pass through it and it wouldn't print right. So she had an inkjet or a laser jet printer, not an inkjet printer. So that was a complete bust. So she says, well, let me we can call my friends that work at the screen printing, the 3 screen printing companies that are remotely close to here, and see if they'll do your transparency for you. I said, cool. So she called them. One said no, flat out. He would not help competition. The other 2 said they would print them. One guy wanted $20 and the other guy wanted 25 per sheet. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Because I'm gonna be printing like a lot of these, and the regular printing company, they charge 5 cents, like a nickel, to just print one sheet, because they print in bulk or whatever. And I was going to give the lady, $5 or whatever to print it out when she only asked for a nickel. I'm like, no, $5. I'll pay you $5 per transparency. That way you're making money. I'm getting what I need to get to print, all these shirts and stuff. Well, so these guys wanted like 20 and 25 bucks a pop to print these transparencies, and I still got to bring them home and burn the screens and do all the work. And I'm like, no way, because I mean, that's $100, for 4. And just for the Rendezvous transparency, I was printing out 4 because I needed to do 2 sizes because someone here in the group just coming is bringing their child, and I wanted to be able to print them a little bit smaller on child size shirts. And then I wanted to have at least one as a backup in case I messed up once. So that was $100 just for those 4 prints. And I'm like, that's ridiculous, because the super nice printer that I had planned on getting later on down the road, you make a little bit of money, put it back into the business. It was like 350 bucks. But so I came home yesterday. I was ticked off. I'm like, man, I got to get this thing printed out. I was considering just go ahead and paying the guy the $100 to get them so I can get the shirts done in time. Well, I'm like, man, crap. So I went online. I went on Amazon. Hang on one second. I went on Amazon.com, and lo and behold, I don't know if it was luck or whatever. I found a super nice printer, an Epson, which is the ones that most of the screen printers use. It's an inkjet, and they had, for some reason, they had it like 37% off. So I got the thing for like $200. So I went ahead and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet, because it was going to cost me $100 just to print the screens for the Rendezvous. I'm like, and I've got like several other t-shirt artwork that I wanted to print out too, to go and start producing some shirts. So I was like, screw it. I went ahead and spent the $200. And it should be here. It's supposed to be here Saturday, which means instead of me spending tonight and tomorrow night and the whole weekend printing up, practicing and then printing up the shirts for the Rendezvous, now I won't get the printer until Saturday, which means I got to hook it all up, figure out how it works, wire it into the computer, whatever, and then print my own screens and then do my practice. But I've got to do it all Saturday night and Sunday because I work full time, during the week. I'm working Monday through Thursday, but I'm taking Friday and Monday off for the Rendezvous. So yeah, I'm kind of crunched for time, but I'm pretty sure I can pull it off. It'll be by the hair of my teeth. But so if I get the printer on Saturday and I can figure it out, if it comes in early enough, I can do some work Saturday night. But lots of times our deliveries here, especially on the weekends, they don't get here till like 5, 6 o'clock, which is fine. I should still be able to get it hooked up and get it working and get to printing the stuff. And then it takes a day to burn the screen. So once I get the artwork done and I get it printed on the transparency, then I got to go downstairs and I got to put it in the light box. I've got to expose it. Now, luckily, I went ahead and coated my screens like 3 days ago. So I've got 4 screens downstairs. They're coated. They're ready to be burned. I'm going to coat, 5 or 6 more tomorrow, just so I have some backups that are ready. Yeah, so I'll burn the screen. It only takes a few minutes to burn it. I got to, wash it out. It's got to dry. It's got to be completely dry before I can start running ink across it. So I'm thinking that I get it set up Saturday night, get the artwork done Sunday morning, get the screens burned Sunday, and I've got several shirts to practice on so I can do some practice printing to make sure that I'm doing it right. I'm thinking that, fingers crossed Saturday night. I'm fingers crossed by the end of the night Sunday, even if it takes me all day Sunday just to get everything set up and get the practice done. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after work, I'll be able to come home and do a few shirts each night, get them dried, make sure they're all good to go, get them folded, get them set up and ready and packed away for the trip to the mountains on Friday. And just to let some of you guys know, I went ahead and rented my space on Thursday for Thursday night as well, because I want to be able to check in earlier than 4 o'clock. So I'm going to be there. I'll probably be on site around noon on Friday. So if anybody's getting there early or whatever, and you're waiting till 4 to check in, you can always just, come on to Campsite 25 and hang out. I should be set up and good. I should be have my site set up by the time everybody else gets there. What we got? Naughty Heathen, what are you doing over here? I'm sorry I missed the chat. And this thing is so slow. Why is it not working? Man, my internet is crap. It will not let me pull the. Everybody else can see it in the chat. Naughty, I was going to pull it up there, but Naughty just popped in with 20 bucks. Very, very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat said, yeah, worst case scenario, if something happens and the printer doesn't come and I can't get them done by the time for the rendezvous, then I'll just have to mail them out. But I'm pretty hard headed. I'm pretty stubborn. So I'm going to make it work. So I'm going to figure out a way to get it done and get some shirts together by the time you guys get there. So it'll be awesome. But I'm thinking it's looking like we're going to have like at least 50 people there. I mean, which is awesome. Even if you're just coming for the day on Saturday or whatever, I think it's awesome. I did look up the extended forecast for Hanging Rock for the weekend that we're there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's like Friday, there's a chance of rain. And Monday, there's a chance of rain. Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be sunny and beautiful, and the highs are in the somewhere in the high 50s to high 60s range, like 58 to like 68, 69 degrees. So it's going to be beautiful days, not too hot. The nights are going to get down into the low 40s. I think a couple of the nights it was in the high 30s, mid 30s. So it may approach freezing, but that's perfect. It's a reason to have a fire. So yeah, I think it's perfect weather to do it. So, and that's, that was 2 days ago when I did that, and we're still, a week out. So it could change. I don't know. The rain forecast may go away. It may not rain at all. It may rain the entire time we're there. I don't give a shit. I'm still going. So it is what it is. I don't care if it snows. So, but yeah, so I kind of got my back up against the wall with the t-shirts, and it's my fault because I waited an extra week before I ordered the shirts because I wanted to give everybody a chance to place their order, and if they wanted to change it. So I kind of put it off. I didn't leave enough room for Murphy to step in and throw a wrench into the machine, but we got enough time. I'm gonna figure it out. So Amazon, the whole time I've dealt with Amazon, they've never missed the delivery time. Everything I've ordered from them, I've always gotten when they said I was going to get it. Sometimes I usually got it earlier. So, I'm like 99.9% confident I'll have the printer on Saturday. And I'm pretty confident if I can get started and roll through it on Sunday, like hopefully I can. Because I'm printing like right at 40 plus shirts and hoodies. Shirts and hoodies are a completely different process. But because you have to like print them twice, like you run the ink and then you flash dry it and you bring it back and you got to ink it again. So if I'm doing 50 shirts, I'm technically doing 100, which is a lot for somebody that's never done it before, but I'm going to figure it out. I don't care. Even if I do like 25 a night or 25 a day for the 4 days leading up to the rendezvous, that's what I'm just going to do. It may lead me a little bit up against the wall with because I planned on bringing probably 4, 5, 6 PVC bows with me up there to do a little bartering with. But if I do have the extra time, because I am coming in a pickup truck, what I may do is just get the material to build the jigs, bring my heat gun, the files, and some 2x4s to build the jigs and the PVC. I may just bring it and hook up to my Jenny and build the bows there on site. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that, but it all just depends on how much time I have left over after dealing with the shirts. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping it'll go good. But at last count, yeah, I stopped counting it when we surpassed 40 people that said they were for sure coming. So, and thanks to Tammy C, she called and found out that they are going to open the bathhouses early for us since we rented out the entire campground pretty much. So we will have the ability to take showers like civilized people. As far as food and cooking goes, I think everybody's just fending for themselves. I know Native's bringing a whole bunch of stuff he's going to cook. I think the Cannibals and I are gonna have an attempt at pressure canning over an open fire. I fully plan on doing that. I'm looking forward to the bartering. So it'll be an actual rendezvous because that's what they did at the rendezvous. They brought furs and pelts and all this different stuff and swap things or whatever. So that I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to the. I think Milkmaid called it the Naughty Santa or whatever, where you get to steal people's prizes. That's going to be fun. And I think we set the gift cap on those at is either 20 or 25 bucks for the gift. And the way that works is if you want to participate, you just buy some kind of a prepping item, and then the people that participate draw numbers, or you get a number, and then somebody draws a number, and the person that they draw first gets to come up and choose a gift, and then the person that draws second gets to come up and choose a gift or take the gift from the first person that drew. So obviously going last is the place to be because you can choose from anybody's gift. But yeah, that's gonna be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to that. And Jen and who I can't remember who else it was that wanted the rabbit other than Native. Um, I That's all good to go. I've got the $2, the two does ready, set, they're ready to go. Um, I'll pick them up. That's something else I got to fit in this week, along with doing the shirts, is stopping by to get the rabbits and getting them situated. Um, I will be bringing some rabbit food along with me, what I've been feeding them. But like I was talking to somebody earlier, I think it was Jen, somebody. Um, I've switched up their food brand or their feed brand probably since I've been doing rabbits for over a year. I probably switched their feed 4 or 5 times from different feed brands and different types. I've never had an issue because half of what they eat is hay or fresh grass clippings or collard greens or things like that. Clover, if I find a patch of clover in the yard, I snatch it up. They love clover. So they're always getting a lot of roughage. So when I switch their feed, I don't even 50-50 mix it to break them in easy. I just switch it out because they're getting so much natural food that it doesn't really have a chance, or at least in my experience, I haven't had any issues with the rabbits, either getting sick, not eating it, or anything else. They eat anything you put in front of them pretty much. So that's pretty cool. Not a problem, Jen. But yeah, the let's see what else. Does anybody have any questions about the rendezvous? I'm thinking probably what we'll do is when we get there, because 50 people is going to be hard to fit into a campsite unless we're at a location where like all the campsites around us are our people as well. So we may end up having to rent out the one of their picnic gathering areas they have, and just have everybody meet there at a certain time and do the dirty Santa and the swap meet or whatever. Or I mean, I may just, I mean, we can, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, there's going to be a whole lot of people walking the loop and walking back and forth to other people's campsites. So I'll probably have my stuff there at the campsite. Bows, rabbits, some of my canned goods. I still plan on showing you guys how I vacuum seal and store my rice and beans and stuff long term. Let's see what else. I can't think of anything else. Betty Davis says she uses rabbit feed that has alfalfa in it till summer, and then they get fresh cut grass. Yep. As long as you can give them, I mean, you can legit, if you've got a big yard, I mean, you can tractor them and your feed costs are zero and you don't have to cut your grass. So it's a win-win situation. I mean, they don't grow out as fast and as they do if you're feeding them, high protein pellet feed, but it's free. So yeah, there's a trade-off there. Instead of being able to process them at 12 weeks, because if you're feeding them high protein pellet feed and supplementing it with hay and stuff, they'll grow out to a good size in 12 months. If they're on a high, if they've always got food to eat whenever they're hungry, they'll plump up and they're good to go at 12 weeks. But if you're just if you're tractoring them, it may take 14, even 16 weeks to get them to the size that you want. It just depends. Jen, you getting excited about the rabbits? Good. I'm pretty sure I can't remember the colors. I know one of the bucks is black. I think one is call it red, but he's got like all the colors in his coat. It's the color that Tribe was before he passed away. So like every time, all of his litters, they were all just multicolored. There were some were red, some were dark and light gray, some were solid black. So, but it's all like all the rabbits that you guys are getting are from my original rabbits. Yeah, I got to go by there this week, swing by and get that stuff from her. Got to get the stuff for the bows. Got a lot of stuff to do. Got to finish the shirts. The shirts are priority. The shirts are definitely priority. The shirts are priority, and worst case scenario on the PVC bows, if I have to, I'll just build them on site. Not a big deal. I can bring my heat gun and I can plug it up to my solar generator and rock and roll. So that's not going to be a big deal. And hey, Jeep, what's going on? Laura, Independent Mini, Lady Smith, welcome. Yeah, I've been kind of ignoring the chat. I'm sorry, I apologize. I was rambling on. Yeah, I'm looking forward, and I've got to make time to do a live stream with Hutch next week. Because he went live last night with the taboo topics, and he asked me if I wanted to do one with him about the education system. And I told him, yeah, I definitely want to do that because it's a very important subject. Hey, Gemma. So I think I guess he's going to do it on Wednesday night. That'll be good. So yeah, so that means I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to get the shirts done, and that is doable. Definitely doable, as long as nothing else goes wrong. But what are you gonna do? You roll with the punches, make it work, figure it out. But I've already got like 6 or 8 different custom designs that I'm doing. Betty, I appreciate that, but you can't bring, wait a minute. Yeah, you can bring your own firewood. You have to either bring your own or purchase it there on site. You can't cut down firewood or pick up twigs or things like that, or deadfall. We can't do any of that. Apparently, it's illegal. I don't know. What are you gonna do? But it is what it is. So, what do y'all think about the apparent turnout that we're gonna have? I mean, I was literally figuring, maybe we get a dozen people, maybe 15 that would show up, but like 50, that's a lot of people. I mean, that's like, wow, that's awesome. What kind of snuff do you use? Me, Grizzly, wintergreen pouches. I got hooked on these. Hey, Gemma, thank you very much. Gemma I'm trying to put it up on the screen, Gemma, but for some reason it's not letting me. But Gemma just put 5 pounds up there. Thank you very much. Or is it euros? Is it called euros now, or is it still pounds? Any kind of wood, as long as it burns, it works for me. Question, Ghost, what kind of snuff? The reason I got hooked on this, I used to for a while it was Copenhagen when I was in the service, and then it was Skull when I was in the service the first time, and then when I enlisted the last time and I deployed to Iraq back in 2003, 2004, one of the he was a first sergeant with 20th Special Forces Group, real good friend of mine. He came there and trained with us while we were spinning up, and the day before we're leaving to go to Iraq, he shows up, and his wife works for this company. And so he showed up, or the distributor for this company, he showed up, and in the back of his truck, he had like 10 cases of this stuff. So I literally deployed to Iraq, and I brought enough of this with me. And then while I was there, he would just send cases for everybody in the unit. Like I didn't have to purchase any or nothing. I mean, I never ran out, and I just got hooked on it. I didn't like it at first, but after a while, it's quick, it's easy, it does a trick. So yeah, it was free, so which was like awesome of him to do. Yeah, he just showed up out of the blue, tobacco, and everybody's like, "What?" Because everybody's freaking out. Are they going to be able to get their stuff over there? I mean, you had guys, sacrifice taking junk food and stuff like that just to shove enough snuff and dip in their A bags to last them through the deployment. So Copenhagen long cut, yeah, Copenhagen long cut's good. Skull long cut was my thing for a while. I never did really get into the original Copenhagen too much. It was like worm dirt. I mean, it just gets all over your mouth, and that was just annoying for me. Yeah, Betty, 40 plus is a huge turnout, and I'm thinking honestly, I think we're going to come down somewhere in between 50 and 60 people because I haven't really been keeping track of the ones that just said they're going to pop in for the day on Saturday or Sunday or whenever. So I was just mainly trying to keep track of the ones that I know have campsites. And there are some people that are coming that have campsites that haven't even let me know they're coming yet. I wholeheartedly, or they haven't let me know what campsite they're in. But I haven't looked at the map yet. But I know we rented out pretty much. I think we had like over half of them the last time I checked, which is awesome. But I mean, there's fishing, there's boating, obviously camping. There's um, there's a lot of different hiking trails. I think they have like two or three, maybe four different waterfalls there. Um, like there's a lot of stuff to do. Cherokee says they got a Cobra 2-man tent with a 2-year tent. Oh, so you're bringing an extra tent, Cherokee? Okay, free tent. Oh, got you. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I instead of bringing my old tent with I mean I've got the old military shelter halves, and then I've got an older tent, with the tent poles you got to put together and strap and all that good stuff. And then me, I was on Amazon and they had this awesome tent for sale. It's anywhere from 2 to 4 people, depending on if you go long wise or sidewise if they're kids. But there's no setup to it. You take it out of the bag and you throw it in the air and it opens up by itself, and you just stake down the corners and you're done. And I'm like, yeah, that works. Like I can set up a campsite. Like when I got it, I opened it up and threw it out, and it popped open. And I just rolled it over and it was done. Like it popped open within a second. And then taking it down, the folding it up to put it back in together, and it folds up into a circle, probably 3 foot in diameter. Like I can literally, once the stakes are pulled out of the ground, I can fold it up in like 3 seconds, maybe five max. It's boom in the bag, done. So it's quick and easy. Betty says your 18-year-old granddaughter came to see me today. If she didn't have to work, she would come with me. She loves camping. I'll bring in an extra big tent in case we need it. Cool, good idea. Yeah, so it's going to get down. It may get down into freezing temperatures, with the wind chill, obviously. But we're in the woods, so the wind shouldn't be that big of a factor. But it's saying it's going to be in the 30s, a couple of the nights. At least now it could change, by the time we get to next week. So if you're bringing your sleeping bag and all that good stuff, make sure it's rated to make sure it's a winter bag. It should be rated at least to freezing. Even if it's 30 degrees outside, you're in a tent, you're breathing, you got body heat, so the inside of your tent's going to be warmer. So you should be fine with a tent that isn't rated, below 30s. I would definitely think. Princess Buttercup's got an instant setup too. Yeah, those things are. I was shocked. I was like, holy crap! And it's got a door on both ends with a screen, and it's got windows on both sides, so the ventilation is awesome. Because I was just going to grab a cheap old 1-2 man tent, with and that like $20 off Amazon, just something quick and easy to throw together. But it had like no windows, one door, so you get no ventilation. It's like nah, and you got the poles, and you got to do the straps. No, thank you. If I was going to do that, I'd just bring a poncho and a poncho liner and some bungee cords and just go straight old school. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then I told you guys I got the hookup thanks to Dub J on Bamboo. That'll be my next project. is building bows out of bamboo. I saw a really good video. A dude made a bow out of it. I don't think he used bamboo though, but he took like, I don't even know how you'd explain it. He had one bow and then he had another bow hooked to it with, I think he used leather. But anyway, it bent the opposite direction. So he literally had bowstrings tied to the tip of the bow. It made it like a super hard pull. So I may experiment with some of that cool stuff too. Oh yeah. Uh-oh, plumber broke out the whoopee. Can't go anywhere without the whoopee, brother. Love my whoopee. Leslie, the one I got, like I opened it up and I inflated it and I watched a little. It gave step by step instructions on folding it up, and then they even when you Amazon even had a video on how to do it. And literally the first time I did it, I grabbed it where I was supposed to do, and I did what the video said. I literally the very first time I did it was maybe 7 seconds, and that was pausing to make sure I was doing it the steps correctly. But it's literally to fold this thing up, you just pull it together, stand it on its end, push it, and roll it, and it just automatically locks into place and it goes right back in the bag. It was I was very shocked on how fast it went. Yeah, extra blankets, I don't, when it's cold, I don't go anywhere without my navy pea coat. That thing, if you get cold wearing a navy pea coat, you are in Antarctica. I mean, this thing, it's it's a son of a gun. I can ball up and sleep in that thing, and it keeps you warm. Operator error. Yeah. Well, it's like the tent that I bought. There were even people in the comments talking about it. I threw mine away. I could never get it folded up, and it took me 20 minutes. Had to have three people help me, and I'm like, it literally. You need to learn how to read the instructions, follow the directions, step by step, do exactly what the picture says, and it was not a it was a no brainer. Yeah, Betty, you're right. A lot of people are bringing extra stuff, which is awesome. I was going to bring my gas Jenny, but I don't want to take it away from the house because my parents will still be here. So I'm just going to bring my solar generator, and then I'm going to bring inverters that I can plug into the truck and power. I mean, it's not like I'm bringing a television and all that crazy stuff. I don't have anything that I need to charge except for cell phone. And then obviously I'm going to have to run the heat gun if I want to build bows there, things like that. So yeah, I'm not going to go through the hassle of loading up the gas Jenny and bringing it in. I'm just going to bring the solar. 3 days of wood. They sell firewood there on site, but you know, but for the most part, I mean, during the day, nobody's going to need a fire. At night, people are going to burn a few logs before they pass out. Um, but yeah, and I'm beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's not like all 50 of us are going to be at our own personal 50 different campsites burning firewood and not communicating and talking to each other. We're going to end up grouping up at other people's campsites and standing around the fire. You know what I mean? Cherokee says, "Who's taking fishing rods?" You know damn well Backwoods is bringing fishing rods. He'll leave his underwear at home to bring fishing rods. Well, wait a minute. He says he goes commando. Yeah, he'll leave everything. He'll probably just show up with fishing rods. If I can move Saturday morning after the drive, maybe we can throw biscuits and gravy. Yeah, that'll work. Biscuits and gravy's always good. Yeah, yeah, plumber. That's what I was saying. There'll be a couple of the popular campsites where everybody's hanging out. That's where the fires are going to be. It's like if I have a neighbor, like say if the plumbers are beside me and they're doing a fire Friday night, why would and I'm hanging out with them? Why would I have my fire going? And there's nobody at my campsite. You know what I mean? So it's just like we're going to group up. I know we will. It's common sense. I mean, that's just what we do. We'll group up and burn a fire, and when it's time to go to bed, we'll walk home, go to bed. You know. Oh yeah, we're glad we finally get to see you too, prepping plumber. But you've got like, because we're a lot of us are grouped together, and then some of us are spread out. You know, we've got some people on the lower loop, and then we got majority of people on the upper loop. Some on this side, some on the front side. You know, some on this end, some on that end. So it'll probably be, you know, there'll probably be 6 or 8 different hangout spots, and we'll probably be walking back and forth from hangout spot to hangout spot the entire time. So it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I have for you guys tonight. I just want to pop in here and give you an update on the t-shirts. Worst case scenario, if something happens, I have to mail them out after the fact. But I'm going to put like 100% of my energy and creativity into getting the printer here Saturday and being able to print, because it's the printer I got. It prints up to 19. Yeah, these big these big sheets of stuff. Yeah, and with just a regular printer just won't do that. And 8.5 by 11 isn't big enough for the artwork on the shirt, so it needs to be, 17, 19 inches wide, and 12, 14 inches high. So eventually I was gonna have to buy one anyway, so I just went ahead and bought it now instead of paying somebody else an arm and a leg to do it for me. Like, I would have literally spent more. I would have spent over half of what I spent on the printer on just getting the the artwork for the Rendezvous t-shirts. So why? And that was half of it. So just might as well. It makes good common sense, just because I was going to have to get one eventually down the road anyway. So just get it and be done with it. It's on like Donkey Kong. Hey Roots, what's going on? Yes, so looking forward to meeting everybody. I think it's going to be fun. I mean, obviously, if it's familiar faces that I've seen on the panel, and I'll know who you are. But if it's like people that I've never met before, even though we've chatted for 2.5 years, obviously there's going to be a lot of, hey, my name is so and so. It's nice to finally meet you, kind of thing. And there'll be a lot of people forgetting names, So I might get one of them stacks of those "Hello, my name is" stickers where everybody can put it on their shirt. Princess Buttercup. I'm planning to go Thursday. Awesome. I'll be there. I've rented my spot for Thursday. I got it a day extra just because I wanted to check in early, and I didn't want to just wait to see if nobody rented it before then. Which there's a chance. I mean, it's a Thursday in the middle of the week. They probably never rent them out on Thursdays, but I didn't want to take that chance because I wanted to get there early. Yeah, Betty, that's the way I'm thinking about it. It's gonna be like a big family reunion. The coolest part about it is, as soon as this one's over, actually probably before it ends, we're gonna already start planning for next year. So I think next year is gonna just explode. I mean, it's our first time meetup. We've got people coming from Texas, the West Coast. I mean, all over the East, Southeast, Midwest. It's gonna be awesome. And the cool thing is, we put it together in what, 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. Having a whole year to plan it, I think the second time around is gonna be awesome. Definitely. Plus, I'll have a whole year of experience on making shirts, so our shirts for the second time around should be a lot better. Teresa, what's going on? Bon Eric, welcome. And as y'all can tell, I'm getting sick again. I don't know what it is. Hopefully, it's just a sore throat, but yeah, I'm losing my voice again. Been messing with me all day. I think it's just being around all the kids all the time at school. I might need to start taking some of them old people vitamins to boost up my immune system. Yeah. So, are there any questions? Anybody have anything they want to ask? I'm bringing like for the for the rendezvous for the bartering. I'm bringing some of my canned stuff that I canned, jarred canned, whatever you want to call it. I'm bringing some rice because I'm gonna do a demonstration on how I vacuum seal everything my way. Yeah, elderberry. How I vacuum seal everything my way. I'm bringing hopefully bows. If not bows, I'm bringing the stuff to construct the bows while I'm there. Um, what else? Obviously, we got shirts. Something else I was talking about doing. I'm having a complete brain for it. Can't remember. But yeah, either way, we're gonna have a blast. I know natives bring some walking sticks. He makes them handmade. They're really nice. Bring some walking sticks. I'm not sure what everybody else is bringing. I think some people bringing some different kind of canned foods and different kind of crafts, and I think Jen's bringing all that stuff she makes with a chapstick and all kinds of stuff. Deodorant. It'll be awesome. Oh, the $20. That's Roots is explaining to Cherokee. My bad. Yeah. So if anybody wants to do the Dirty Santa or whatever, just get a prepping item. We capped the price at 20. Was it 20 or 25? About $20. Try to keep it around $20. Nothing extravagant, you know what I mean? Keep it around $20, and then everybody that wants to participate, we'll draw numbers, draw names, whatever, and do the gift swapping. And I've already said that it'll probably be everybody getting a Sawyer Mini, but so we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut it short because my throat hurts, and I'm gonna go take some medicine and see if I can't make myself feel better. But I still wanted to jump up here and give you guys an update about the shirts. But I'm we're gonna have shirts. Don't worry about it. They might not be perfect, but we will have the shirts. So, other than that, if there are no questions for me, I'm gonna go ahead and stick a fork in this one. My throat hurts. So I'm gonna go drink another adult beverage or two and relax for a while. But if anybody has any questions or if they think of something they wanted to ask me now and they forgot or they couldn't remember, just email me. Ghostprepper1369 at Gmail. Just email me and I check my emails quite frequently. I try to get back to everybody as fast as possible, and we'll go from there. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Appreciate that. Um, Other than that, y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm positive between Native and myself, there'll probably be at least 3 or 4 more live streams, maybe 6 or 8 more live streams before D-Day gets here. Because things change and people have different ideas, and but we'll keep everybody updated. But other than that, the only update was I'm up against the wall on the shirts, and that's my fault for waiting an extra week to order them. But it is what it is. All right, you guys, y'all have a great night, and hopefully I'll see you in person in about 8 days. We'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.